And here we are. I was having some technical difficulties with this 9-year-old Samsung Android. Anyway, I realized that other people have been walking on this path behind me in the middle of nowhere, somewhere in the Laurentians, north of Montreal. Almost a 2-hour drive north. And I'm going to adjust this a bit here. And I'm walking down this path, which I've walked on maybe hundreds and hundreds of times before. But just a little quick note to wish all of you happy holidays, Merry Christmas if you're into celebrating that. And nice fresh layer of snow fell here, and I thought I'd take a little snowshoe walk. I could see my footprints from a walk I took a few days ago in my boots. Now we got a nice coating of snow. And anyway, just a few thoughts in this stream of consciousness, observation. It's all about social media. And ironically, I'm going to be posting this on X and other places. But, I mean, you know, it's the holidays. And a little message to all those super influencers out there. You know, take a break. You don't have to post every minute of every day. I know it's your livelihood. And you have very important things to share with us all. But take a break, you know. There's so much going on now in the geopolitical arena. And the last time I looked, no drones in the sky here. But anyway, I digress. And I'm just taking in the scenery. There's no one here. It's completely silent except for my voice. And I'm enjoying this little stand here of Christmas trees. So for the exam, that would be Abies balsamea in French, sapin baumier in English. It's basically the balsa or balsam fir. And look at this cute little stand here behind me. Everywhere. It's very picturesque, cute, adorable. Almost like they're my children. I've seen those things sprout since they were little saplings. And it's nice to see. This forest here is kind of a mixture. There's some old growth stuff. I wouldn't say as old as the stuff you would find in British Columbia. But I see there's a lot of new American beech, if I can go over here. And they're easy to identify in the winter because the leaves are still persistent, you see. They're quite beautiful in the fall because the leaves turn a golden yellow. And that's more like a succession forest tree that you can see behind me. American beech. And I believe, again, for the exam, American beech is Fagus sylvatica. Anyway, I digress again. And there's a mix of, also you'll find some spruce, conifer trees here of a few varieties. Lots of poplar, and although it's mixed, it's very kind of simplified too. Lots of white birch, because this is the beginnings of the boreal forest here. The real boreal forest, you have to go a little more up north in Quebec and in other parts of Canada, like British Columbia, perhaps parts of Alberta. Definitely, I think in Labrador, you'll also find some real boreal forest, but the beginnings are here. White birch, brown birch, some yellow birch, poplar, American beech, a few species of conifers, as I mentioned. You can add pine to that, and larch. So in the old days, this used to be a logging operation here. So that's why there's some little trails that are basically that grew out of these old logging roads that are very narrow. So it's enjoyable. For me, it's like taking a stroll around the park and a way to cleanse my mind focus and concentrate on the things that are important to me, my life and that of my family, and where I'd like to go from here. I'm in my early 60s now, and I just can't believe how fast the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years went by. And I think, you know, if you spend more time than you should being sucked into various social media platforms, that could be a danger, because you're not focusing on yourself, your goals, and the people that are important to you. My mother passed away recently, about 3-4 months ago, and obviously that made me very philosophical. And I've been living through a little funk period and a lot of introspection, and, you know, wondering what the hell is happening. Where do I go from here? So I got an idea. I'm about to embark on a new project, and it may be time to say goodbye to landscape and garden designing and projects and focus on something else that will still involve nature and homesteading and that kind of thing. So I think, you know, we've heard this from many influencers, ironically, on social media. I'm not going to mention names. Some of you know who you are. And they've been evangelizing for the last several years that it's time to take the Nestea plunge, because, as you know, just take a look around you, especially in urban areas and cities. It's really gone to hell in the handbasket. Anyway, just look around. There's a whole world that includes nature, and it's a good place, if you can, to take a walk in, a stroll. If skiing's your thing, do it. Snowshoeing, whatever. If you live in the city, try to get out to a park, do some walking, whatever. You just, even places like in Montreal on the mountain where you can cross-country ski and snowshoe. So even if you live in an apartment, just go out, take a walk. If you've joined a gym, go to the gym, work out. Basically, doing something physical is important because it also takes your mind off of certain things. Anyway, we're going to leave it at that for today. And again, happy holidays and all the best to you and yours and your family and friends. Ciao.